You're live. Welcome, 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 welcome. What's up, family? Thank y'all for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and play a little music. We just gonna jam out for a little bit. We're gonna jam out just for a little bit. Let me adjust this microphone. Can y'all hear me all right? Drop me a sign. Let me know you can hear me. Let's go. Drop a comment and let me know. Let me know if you can hear it. If you can hear that backdrop, man. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Coming to you live from Ghana, West Africa. Yeah. I'm gonna let y'all join in. This is gonna be recorded live on Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. Hey, here we go. You can hear that. That's right, doing the front one from Chicago. Thank you for joining us. This is an exclusive backyard track. You can't hear this nowhere. You can't get this nowhere. It's exclusive. Go.
Hey, look. We on the other side now. We got these
I'm partying with y'all, but I
everybody gonna get
talk about
down.
something serious. Like, you gonna talk about something serious?
Cause you know you a superstar.
Let's go.
Nice big cameras. Everything is all good. We can handle you.
I got a serious message for y'all today.
In the sky with sunny blue, right? Let me cook you some grilled
I got a serious message for y'all. So right now, we're just gonna rock with that, y'all, man.
A little bit of potatoes on the side. Everything is good from the mountain, right? We on top, what we doing now? Right now, we ain't gonna
Y'all know I can't sing, but I'm not gonna keep y'all long tonight, I promise. But just stick with me. I got something that I want to show y'all. Something I want to. Something I want to announce coming up very soon. Live with me today, you get a preview. My internet don't show up. Hope y'all can still hear me. I see the little internet signal telling me. See the little internet signal. See the little internet signal telling me my signal a little low. Okay, now we back up. Back up. Yeah. Come on, backyard. Come on, backyard, man. Let's go, backyard. Thank y'all for joining me. Special announcement. Don't worry, more is coming your way. More is coming your way. We got more coming your way. Special announcement today behind me. This is like a soft launch of something we got coming. I think I might be excited because it's my birthday and my birthday is coming. Let's get into it. Peace, 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 family. I want to thank all of y'all for joining me. If you're here right now, I want to thank you for joining me. If you see this later, I want to thank you for joining me. Like I said, I'm excited because my birthday's coming up. I'm about to cross the 50-yard line. So I'm like, you know what, bro, for your birthday, why don't you go ahead and release this? We've been working on it for a while. Some of y'all who know me, if you know, like, just I got high standards and I want to make sure y'all get the right information. I got high standards and I want to make sure y'all always get the right information. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes, my sister. I got high standards and I want to make sure y'all get the right information. So my name is Diallo Sumbri. I'm the president and CEO of the Adinka Group, as you can see on the screen. And if you're watching this, whether you're watching it live or if you're watching the stream after it's been recorded, and you've been following my journey for a while, you would know that the Adinka Group for some time now has been one of the, I'm going to go ahead and say, preeminent, more than just travel and tour companies, because I get so offended when I'm called a travel agent, but we've been a bridge. We've been a bridge for connecting African people in the diaspora to Africa for a while. It started some years ago on my first, well, it started really with my parents, you know what I'm saying? But with me, it started on my first visit to Ghana, and then having traveled to Senegal for a large part of my time when I first started coming to Africa, and then getting settled in Ghana, and then moving through to the year of return and a whole bunch of other things. And now living in Ghana and always receiving a lot of calls from various people who are asking me, what is it like? How is it like? Just various questions, which I understand which are, questions that make sense, right? Africa's been kept away from us for so long and so far. And I know most of us, even myself, we probably never really imagined that, at least in this lifetime, in the 2000s, that we would see some of what's happening in the world right now, at least the feeling. And we probably didn't think that, it would get to be this bad this soon. Um, but from what I see on the news and from what I see with my people that I talk to in the US, it feels bad. And maybe it feels worse than it is. But even beyond the feeling of just, because Black people, we done made it. So let me just say this: Black people, we done made it through everything. Like there's nothing else that we can't make it through. So it's not like something else is going to happen in the world that we won't make it through. It's not like there's another transatlantic slave trade, which was the greatest genocide known and the greatest travesty and tragedy in humankind, or at least that we know about since humankind. It's not like that's going to happen again, or at least we don't think it will. But and beyond that, for me, it wasn't about what was happening in the US. It was really about what was happening to me and what was happening inside of me. And just the feeling of wanting something different, wanting something more, wanting a deeper meaning. I mean, my direct love for Africa, just the idea of Africa being on the continent, being on the soil, having the sun shine on my head, and just, just that feeling like, everybody that we've helped to travel to the continent over the past few years have all talked about that same feeling. They've all had that feeling. Like it's just something about Africa. It's just something about being there. It's just something about the whole thing, right? It's just something about the continent that it just changes you, especially as a person of African descent. It changes the way you feel. And there are still so many people who haven't visited yet. There's so many people who want to visit. Like we know that it's not cheap to visit. It costs money to visit. But then there are also a lot of people who I know that have been following me for some years. And we've decided that it's time that we've done enough work, that we've gotten settled enough, that we've done enough groundwork to now open up the door, so to speak, or open up the floodgates almost, where we figured out how to organize this information in a way that we feel makes sense, right? Like, how do we organize this information in a way that's going to make sense to people who want to seriously have a conversation, who want to seriously consider repatriating to Africa, right? And I'm going to use Ghana for this example since that's where I am, right? It's time for us to begin having some real serious conversations. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, just the beginning of real conversations. So we created an online course called Repatriation 101. And Repatriation 101 is based on a book that I wrote some years ago called A Smart Ghana Repatriation Guide. So A Smart Ghana Repatriation Guide, I wrote that book in 2021, and it was released on Malcolm X's birthday. If you're watching this on a computer screen and you pull out your phone, you can scan that QR code in the upper left-hand corner, and it'll take you to the book. If you don't have the book, you can just scan that QR code and it'll take you to the book. So the book was written in 2021, really as a result of just so much misinformation and wanting to provide some clearer information, wanted to share some of my experiences, having been the co-architect of the year return and going through that process, being blessed to go through that process. So me wanting to share some of that information. And over time, it's now morphed into an online course. And there's more. There's so much more. Like Repatriation 101 is an online course. It's part of something that we've created. Well, I guess this could be the soft launch too, but the Black Star Resource and Repatriation Center, when you have a lot of resources at your fingertips and when you've built a lot of relationships and you want to figure out, how do I make this available to other people? How do I share this information with other people? You can't just send out a blast email and say, yo, contact these people to do this or access these resources. So we've been working to organize ourselves in a way that will allow us to share this information with our family, with our friends, and to share this information about how to repatriate. Now, I want to say this: nothing fertilizes like the footprint. I'm going to say that again. Nothing fertilizes like the footprint. Shouts out to my brother Taki, who gave me that gem that I've been living off of for a while. And I'm saying that for you to know that there's nothing that we do in this course, that we do with the Adinka group, or that we're doing with the Black Star Resource and Repatriation Center, that we want you to feel like will replace the feeling that you'll get here on the ground. Because I don't think anything can replace the feeling that you get on the ground. Like the sister said, yes, that feeling, it can only be experienced. It's hard to describe. It's very hard to describe. But once you got that feeling, once you receive that feeling, trust me, the feeling will never leave you. And we've been blessed to help over 2,000, probably 3,000 now, at least 2,500 people get that feeling of touching the continent. And in the past, I've done some repatriation calls and just kind of some general repatriation calls, listening, answering questions, providing some prescriptions, providing some advice. And now it's like, you know what? The plan was never really for the Adinka group to ever just do birthright journeys, which is to introduce you to the continent. But the plan was always and has always been for us to figure out how to create that through line. How can we help you visit? And then if you want to repatriate, how can we help you repatriate? And how can we help you with everything? Or all the places where you feel like you might need help. And then how could we build community around that? So we've done a lot of work. We've done a lot of groundwork. And now we're ready to kind of start rolling this thing out piece by piece. So like if you're watching this or you see this and you're like, oh, I didn't get the email, or I didn't get the WhatsApp message, or you might have saw it on my Instagram, or I didn't get this. Don't worry. What you can do is go to theadinkagroup.com, scan that QR code that's there now. It'll take you straight to the Adinka Group website. Go to www.theadinkagroup.com, or scan this QR code and then join our mailing list, because we're about to launch a number of things that we think our people need right now more than ever. We've needed it for a while, and I apologize that it's taken me so long to get it together, but now we're ready. Now we're ready to share, and we're ready to lead, and we're ready to organize, and we're ready to help our people on a mass scale, on a larger scale than we have in the past. If you're interested in repatriating, then we want to help you do that, and we want to help be your source to do that. And we have a number of ways in which we can do that. Today's conversation is about our online course that will be officially and duly launching next Tuesday, where you'll be able to access the course, sign up. I'm launching it on my 50th birthday, just because I'll be 50 on that day. And I feel like this will be one of the biggest accomplishments or parts of my life so far. I wanted to launch it on the same day that I turned 50. So you know, again, scan the QR code, go to the Adinka Group website, leave your email address to join our mailing list, and we will make sure that you get that information, right? So, all right. So I want to show you all a little bit about the Repatriation 101 course. I kind of want to show you a little bit of some of what we do and what it'll look like. One thing about this course is, one thing that I want you to know about this course is that you can get to this course several ways. You can go ahead and sign up for the course and register for the course directly. And you could do all of this through the website, theblackstarcenter.com. If you go to this website right now, it's not live, it's ready, it's done. We've been testing it. We're going to make it live for you next Tuesday so that you can go ahead and sign up. Make sure you get on our email list. We're going to be sending out discount codes for the course and more. We're ready to help you repatriate in a way that we haven't been before. And today's session is really just about showing you a little bit of it, right? It's just about, I'm only going to keep y'all here for another about 13 minutes, like a total 30 minutes. I'm not going to keep y'all all night. I'm also preparing for another call that I have, but I wanted to hop on and do this today. It was important for me because sometimes, you know, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I get so caught up in trying to figure out the right way to launch it, the right time to launch it, and reading all the articles about when, how, where, and all of this. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to give it to the people. You just got to give the people what they want. So that's what we're doing. We're going to give the people what they want. So let me start off, and let me start with this one. So what you're looking at here is what is one of the slides for the course, Repatriation 101. This is our intro course. Let me walk you through some of what you're going to get in this course. Repatriation 101 is a course designed to guide your full transition back to Ghana, mind, body, spirit, and business for those of you who are interested. Again, I mentioned that this course was based on the book that I wrote, A Smart Ghana Repatriation Guide. So if you're interested in getting the book, you can definitely get the book. Let me put the QR code for the book back up there. You scan that QR code, it'll take you to get a book, A Smart Ghana Repatriation Guide. So I'll just leave that up there. And if you scan that, it'll take you to get the book. So what does it say? Are you ready to move home or thinking about it, but unsure where to start, right? Is that you? Whether you're still in the dreaming phase or already packing your bags, this course is your step-by-step guide to repatriating to Ghana with clarity, confidence, and cultural respect. Led by returnees like myself and other members of my team who are grounded in real experience, the Black Star Repatriation 101 will help you navigate every stage of the process from your why to your water bill. This is what we've been building behind the scenes, and we're ready to launch it and share it with you all. Now, what's in the course? What do you get with the course? So there are 12 course chapters, and I'm going to go through what those chapters are with you. Each chapter has video presentations with slide decks just like this, with narration over the slide decks where I'm narrating the slides and I'm walking you through and I'm talking you through the information. There are downloadable checklists, there are worksheets, there's infographics. We have guest interviews with other successful repatriates. You get lifetime access as long as once you register and as long as you're a member. Depending on certain membership levels, there's a complimentary one-on-one session that you can get. This is just to really have a conversation with me about repatriation, and then we'll also host some live Q&A sessions. So we're now starting to roll out this information for our people bit by bit. So what are some of the chapters, right? Let's take a look at some of the chapters. The first chapter, knowing your why, clarifying your motivation and your anchor, clarifying your motivation and anchoring your journey. And most of these titles, it came from the book. So I basically took the 20 chapters of the book, boiled them down into 12 courses for online. Why Ghana? Understanding the history, the regions, the real reasons why so many people are returning. We're talking about land and real estate, how to avoid scams. We want you to understand the different types of land and avoid dirty games. We want to talk about living legally, visas, residency, and right of abode made simple, as well as citizenship. We know that's very big. We're going to talk about the only current legal pathways to citizenship that Ghana offers. Healthcare and insurance is important, what to expect and how to prepare. Education. We know that everybody that moves here is not going to be like me and my wife, where we're empty nesters and our children are older and they come to visit and they've moved on to get married and have children and have lives of their own. But some of you still have young children in your families and you're going to be interested in repatriating. So we're going to talk about education in Ghana, schools, tuition structure. Is it a right cultural fit for you? All of that will be included. We're talking about money and banking, how to think and operate in a seedy economy. Sometimes even if you're making dollars, you really got to move your mind to focus on how to operate in the local economy. You can't really operate your mind in dollars, but spend in CDs. It won't be good for you if you do that. Business and investment, how to launch, register, and thrive as a diasporan. Some people don't know that there are certain business types in Ghana that you can't register. As if you're not a natural born Ghanaian, there are certain business types that are reserved specifically for Ghanaians. We're going to talk about media messaging and mobility, how to move, communicate, and stay safe. What messages does your media communicate? How do you get around? We're going to talk about chop life, food and diet. What does it mean? What is the diet like in Ghana? And shipping. So shipping is the last conversation that we have. Shipping and settling in, final steps, packing, documents, transition tips. So it's 12 courses. And these courses, these are the course chapters that we go through. I went through all of those course chapters. And this is where you can sign up. You can sign up at blackstarcenter.com. Again, this is just a preview. The site is not live right now, but you will be able to access the site. You will be able to get to the site on November 4th. So now what I want to be able to show you is I'm just going to walk you through one of our chapters, right? And this is me talking you through the chapter. But when you actually take the course, it'll be a video of me walking you through the slideshow. Knowing your why is our first chapter. So let me just take you through some of this so you can see. Understanding your motivation is your compass. This chapter helps you ground yourself in why you're repatriating emotionally, spiritually, historically, and practically. The power of your purpose. So we have a conversation about your why, what it does for you, how it shapes your decisions, how without a clear purpose, it's easy to give up, get distracted, or get lost in a crowd, especially when things get rough, and things will get rough. As we know, things are not always easy. I talk a little bit about our repatriation journey from my family. We know that everybody doesn't repatriate the same way. We know that there's no perfect way to do any one thing, and that people are going to have various avenues maybe to the same result. Why are diasporans deciding to return? We cover this, whether it's a spiritual and ancestral calling. There are so many people who want to escape racial injustice. Some people just want a lifestyle change. Some people see economic opportunity, and some people feel like, well, there's an opportunity for me to build a legacy and retire. But all of these things are things that we cover. It's not easy. I ain't even gonna say much about this. I'm gonna just say that it's not easy. There's culture shock. There's infrastructure gaps. Sometimes it's isolation. But when you understand your why, that becomes your fuel. That becomes the reason why you're doing it. Your why really becomes the reason. It's something that you will definitely lean on while you're here. Your why is definitely something that you'll wind up leaning on. And then we have some assignments for you in the end. For example, for the first chapter, why are you choosing to return? You're going to write your repatriation intention statement. And then there's homework. We give you homework at the end of each chapter. And these are things that we didn't necessarily do. These are things that we didn't necessarily do. However, in retrospect, these are things that we wish we had done. These are things that we know had we done, our journey might have a little been easier. And then at the end of each chapter, there's a section called Real Voices, Real Reasons, where we have conversations with other people who have repatriated successfully for you to have conversations with them. So that is a sample. This is like a soft, this is just kind of to let you know. You could check blackstarcenter.com and bookmark that website. It will be live on November 4th. I did have another one. This is another chapter. I'm just kind of giving you, like I said, a little sample, some of the stuff that we cover. Here we talk about, what is it like to live legal? I'm going to just go through a lot of these information. We talk about visa categories, short-term legal stay, residency permits, what is the right of abode, naturalization and citizenship, dual citizenship. We give you some tips for risk and legal resources, and then we give you some homework, right? And then again, real voices, real reasons. So there are 12 of these chapters that will walk you through a lot of anecdotal information, a lot of experiential information that's being provided, information that we're giving you from real life experience, information that we're giving you from real life, like government officials, from websites, from direct practices, our word, boots on the ground for a long time. Boots on the ground for a long time, and still boots on the ground. And like I said, we're just getting started. So I want to thank y'all. If you joined this presentation, like I said, it was just a short 30 minutes. Please share it. You're going to start seeing emails. You're going to start seeing more information being pushed out next week, this week, next week. My birthday coming up. I'll be 50. So I'm like, why not share it on my birthday? All right, y'all. Let's go out. We're back, y'all. All right, family. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to share this video with somebody that's coming. Don't forget to log on to the website. Don't forget to log on to the Black Star website. Yes, you can connect with the policy. We all connect everywhere. I don't tie in, lock in, so much more. These are just little samples. We got more for you. Peace.